If any of you bought a puppy, I'd be unemployed.
Let's go! Alright. Wait, what did you say? Oh, was I on 5? Oh. I need to go to 1. Is it the same setting? Yeah. Kinda. Just a different angle.
Oh no, I got careless and ended up alone with Halara. I guess I should be the one to start the conversation. I'm the rookie, after all. But what do I say?
That's a good question, I don't know.
Do you feel awkward?
Always!
Huh?
It's natural to strike up a conversation when two people are together. Such is the mundane way of the masses. You're overtaxing your tiny brain to do so, aren't you?
Well, sort of.
Then how about you and I have a wager?
But I thought the chief said no more gambling.
The boss said it's forbidden, so you won't do it. You think I can be swayed by that sort of logic? Besides, gambling can nurture skills that every detective needs. I believe it will be to your benefit.
And what sort of skills are you talking about?
Instead of always asking for answers, why not figure it out for yourself for once?
Yeah! Think!
A skill needed by detectives, which can be trained by gambling.
Courage, observation, skills, sixth sense. It depends on the gambling, isn't it? I guess courage, because like observation skills, it really depends on what you're gambling, because sometimes it's not about observation skills, it's about like luck and shit. Sixth sense, I don't know. I'm gonna guess courage.
Is it courage?
Maybe.
It's true you can train yourself to be more courageous this way. However, that's not the true essence of gambling.
Are you gonna say it was the other thing, even though it really depends on the gambling, because sometimes it's based off of luck?
I see. The skill that can be trained by gambling is... observational skills?
As I said, it depends on what you're gambling.
That's right. Gambling isn't merely decided by coincidence.
It depends on what you're gambling!
For example, in poker, you can study the cards already in play, as well as the expressions of dealers and players. You observe all that, make logical deductions, and commence battle. How about it? Wouldn't you agree those are the skills every detective needs?
Yes, but I again argue different sorts of gambling. That is one, yes, I agree with that. But then isn't there one where it's like literally like a roulette table thingy where it's all like random because of like the spinny wheel and shit, and you just gotta guess what color or number it's gonna land on? Because that's just luck. So, as I said, I really think it depends on the gambling. Also, I'm not an expert at gambling, so maybe I just don't understand.
I get what you're saying, but...
When are you going to stop nitpicking?
Never.
After all you made me explain, you will have to play a match with me.
But there's no way I stand a chance against you!
Not to worry. We'll do a warm-up first, with nothing wagered. I'm not going to hustle a beginner straight off the bat.
Okay. Yes! I beat you!
I did! Did they let me?
It was just a game of heads or tails. But still, you show some promise.
Let's see. Halara. Observation skills of gambling and you did heads or tails? I don't think that's observation skills. Sorry. Just shut up.
Does that mean I have talent as a detective?
Oh.
Yes, you can say that for sure. Now the real game begins. First, let's wager. I think we should start with 10,000 Xian.
Right. This isn't how it was supposed to go.
Oh my god, you mom.
Don't be foolish. I lost the warm-up so you'd feel that rush and mistake your own skill level.
That's kind of what I thought, but you did heads or tails. How do you even do observational skills with that? What?
It's rather obvious I did it on purpose.
I mean, yes.
I let you get carried away and made you take a gamble against me.
But again, it's heads or tails. How did you do that? It's all about the flick of the wrist, how you flip the coin. Observation skills. Ah! What?
That's terrible.
Again, maybe I just don't understand. Maybe I'm a dummy. I am a dummy.
Aw, you got completely hustled. You picked the wrong detective to mess with.
I still like them. I don't care.
I think that was a rather good learning experience. It's crucial for detectives to doubt other people's intentions, no matter the circumstances.
Yes.
I won't charge you interest for now, but you must tell me immediately when you've developed a payment plan.
Well, I already owe you so much, don't I?
Halara is totally ruthless.
Master, you and Halara seem to have grown closer.
How do you gain observation skills from heads and tails? Physics! I don't understand. Parts I understand. Heads or tails? No. Oh, we're in a different setting now. I wasn't expecting that.
You got some nerve stopping me.
You didn't say the first part, Laura. You were supposed to say, what's wrong?
There'd better be a proper reason for this.
It's about something you mentioned. You developed post-cognition just 3 days after joining the World Detective Organization.
Yes, but I still had the gift of psychometry before I joined the WDO.
Is the cafe completely empty? We could just be like, you know, sitting and talking. No, we're just gonna stand here and there's no one else here. Sorry.
What made you want to ask about it?
I can't help thinking about it. Do I really lack a forte?
You have that coalescence ability.
That's not exactly my ability. It's different, sorta. Anyway, I refuse to believe I don't have a real forte.
So you want to find out if you do?
Yes, that's right. I figured you'd be the most knowledgeable about fortes here. If I have any sort of ability, you may be able to help me remember it.
That's no good. There you go again, depending on others.
I was not expecting a zoom in.
Very well. That'll be 100,000 Xian.
Yeah.
100,000? I figured Halara wouldn't do it for free.
Of course.
But it's worth it if it helps me remember my abilities. All right. I'm a bit short at the moment, but I'll pay you back one day.
One day.
Good. It's a deal. I will provide you useful information as long as time permits. Now, let's start with the prerequisites. Master detective abilities are often linked with original talents and dispositions. That is typically the case.
Linked with original talents?
Take, for example, a master detective who can hear the thoughts of others.
Ooh.
Prior to awakening that ability, they excelled at imagining what other people were actually feeling. A master detective who can create electricity may have had a tendency to emit static charges before that. Oftentimes, you can catch glimpses of their power before their forte is realized. The prerequisite for my postcognition was psychometry. I was practically born with it.
Halara, you already started with such an amazing ability. But how did you manage to get it in the first place?
It's hard to explain. Superior detectives like myself cannot be measured by a commoner's logic.
I see.
Anyway, this is about your ability. Once we figure out your strengths and talents, we could at least predict what your power may be. That is, if you have one to begin with.
My strengths?
It has to be what you know best. Think about it.
My strengths are...
My will, I can cook. I cannot. Physical strength. My will.
If I had to pick something, I'd say the will to never give up.
Yeah.
At least, I think so.
Yeah.
You actually said it out loud yourself.
Well, the other ones didn't make any.
I see. The fact that you haven't given up on your search for an ability is proof enough of that.
Yeah.
A tenacious heart that never gives up. An ability stemming from that. Perhaps it could have something to do with immortality.
Immortality?
That's nothing but my theory, though. Even death cannot defeat you. Wouldn't you say that embodies the concept of tenacity well?
That's true, but there's no way to verify if I am or not.
Incorrect. You just need to try dying once.
Yeah, I was about to say. You need to die.
Huh? Don't look at me like that. I was joking.
It's really hard to tell.
Well, that should do it. Time's up. I'll excuse myself here. Don't forget, you owe me 100,000 Xian.
On top of the I forget how many Shin from before, right?
Oh, wait!
Oh, bye.
Halara's gone. I'm beginning to worry more about my debt than if I can remember my ability.
Master, you and Halara seem to have grown even closer.
Nice. How much money am I gonna be in debt by the time I'm done with all this shit? I think I just like confidence. I think that's what it is. And Halara has so much confidence, I'm just like, oh my god! Yes! New setting. Where am I?
This is medicine for the soul.
I'm here now.
What are you doing, Halara?
I could ask you the same thing.
The chief asked me to do some shopping. I just happened to see you, Halara. Why are you staring at cat pictures in the dark?
You were watching?
Wow, you really were looking at cat photos.
That was a bluff? You of all people?
No. But I have seen you looking at cat photos before. Do you own a cat or something?
No, this is just a photo of a cute cat. I find it calming, so I carry it with me.
That's fair.
Oh, really?
What? You look like you have something to say.
No, it's nothing like that. I'm just happy to see a human side of you. I didn't expect you to be a cat lover.
That's not surprising. I know full well it doesn't fit my image, so I hide my affection for cats.
It's cute though.
I hope you understand you are not to tell anyone about this.
Okay.
Right, I won't. But why do you like cats so much?
It's none of your concern.
But you don't want me to tell anyone, right?
Is that a threat? You're really threatening me?
No, that's not what I meant.
You've grown braver since the day I met you.
Yeah. Confidence.
The reason why I like cats isn't a simple subject. What do you think is the best thing about cats?
The best thing about cats?
Huh? The best thing?
What are my options? Their shape, their freedom, dots. But I don't know, out of these options, their freedom, I guess, but I don't know if that's the correct answer that you're looking for. I'm just... Out of these options, I don't fucking know what to say.
How free they are?
It's true that cats are free to do as they please. Cats behave freely with elegance. You could say they embody freedom. There are some who would call them selfish, but those words don't hold weight.
Was that the answer you were looking for?
Those who criticize cats are nothing but marionettes shaped like humans.
I see.
But the freedom-loving nature of cats being their most charming quality is still debatable.
I've never seen Halara contemplate something so seriously. What's the best thing about cats?
Dots?
Their most charming quality. It's hard to choose.
Yes, exactly.
I was about to say, is that the point? It's like, you can't really choose that. It's like, I don't fucking know!
Huh?
Usually I assume that dots means bad. Rarely do I ever think that that's the quote-unquote right answer, even though in these I don't really think there's a right or wrong answer, because it goes to the right answer eventually anyway. So, anyway, sorry, I'll shut up.
There is no way to determine a cat's single greatest trait.
They're just so great.
The elements that comprise cats, the information they emit, all are equally valuable.
I see.
Moreover, I can list every charming quality cats have and discuss them in extreme detail. Let's begin with the obvious topics. For example, their fragrance.
This is bad. It's going into super obsessive territory. Maybe Halara is happy to finally talk to someone about cats, since this side is usually hidden.
Maybe.
You need to stop this soon, otherwise it'll never end.
If you like cats so much, have you ever wanted to own one yourself?
That's...
Huh? What's wrong?
Are you allergic or something?
I'm allergic to cats.
Yeah. That's so sad.
Oh.
For some reason, whenever I touch a cat, my skin becomes itchy. I've tried several times and it always happens.
Why does that seem quieter than any other time? Maybe I'm just hearing things wrong.
Jeez. Who made me this way?
No, that sounded louder than that. Anyway.
I see. It's a shame Halara is allergic to cats.
Yes. It really does suck.
To think our master detective has this sort of weakness, I can't help but feel sympathetic.
Master, you and Halara seem to have grown even closer.
I did it. At least I didn't go more into debt this time. Oh, we're back here.
You haven't told anyone about that thing, have you?
Huh? What thing?
What are you talking about?
My adoration for cats. And my cat allergies.
I haven't told anyone.
Nah.
We made a promise.
You better be telling the truth.
It is true. Halara, you should trust me more.
You know I don't trust humans.
You have said that before.
Yeah.
Why are you so mistrusting? There's no way you being a detective fully explains it.
That's none of your concern.
but I'd like to know if there's a reason why.
I'm not telling.
Halara is so stubborn, but I still have a card I can play.
Threatened with brute strength. Threatened with cooking. Threatened with cats.
But you don't want me to tell anyone about the cat thing, right?
Is that a threat?
I'm joking. I want to know as much as I can about my coworkers here at the agency. But I'm not going to force you to say something if you don't want to.
Fine. As long as you continue keeping quiet about the cats, I will tell you.
Yes.
Are you sure?
It's nothing interesting, mind you. When I was young, I didn't suspect others like I do today. You could say I was pure and innocent. I never doubted what people told me. Whenever someone lied, I thought they had no other choice. I truly believed that.
A pure and innocent Halara? I can't even begin to imagine it.
Something made me change during middle school. My parents were caught in a scam. It was a common investment scam where they thought they were investing in stocks. Fortunately, it didn't bring total financial ruin to our family. However, this led to my father becoming utterly depressed, and his relationship with my mother suffered, which resulted in a so-called broken home.
I see.
Are you disappointed by this boring story?
No.
No, it's not that.
Well, the event itself isn't important. What matters is the culprit.
The culprit? Was the culprit a relative?
No, that's not it. The culprit who scammed my parents was my best friend.
What? But didn't you say this happened when you were in middle school?
That's correct. In that sense, my friend was a precocious con artist. My so-called friend used clever ploys to extract information from me, then used it to scam my parents. In the end, I was the one who destroyed our family. It was my fault.
Oh.
I don't think that's the case, Halara.
No. It was the direct result of my overly optimistic outlook on life. Once it was all over, I made my decision. People will always betray other people. Humans are not to be trusted. I chose to never believe in another person again.
Okay.
So that's Halara's origin story.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize it'd be this serious. I shouldn't have threatened you like that, even jokingly.
Don't look at me like that. It may be a bitter memory, but learning what I value as a detective at such an early age was for my own good. We can't expect innate goodness from those we interact with daily. That is simply impossible. Because of that experience, I'm unfazed when I see one person betraying another.
Halara is shrugging it off like some joke. That profile, that face seems to feel nothing. But I think there's melancholy and sorrow in that expression.
Master, you and Halara seem to have grown even closer.
I did. I got one more. Damn, that does suck though. I just had people lie to me a bunch. But like, not like in a betrayer sort of way. More like, kids are stupid and they try to lie to make themselves look better than they actually are. And I was a gullible little kid who was like, okay. That happened way too many times, actually. Oops. We're back here again. Alright. The deserted cafe.
Halara asked for me, so I'm at the cafe. Halara? Did you want something from me?
Do you really have to ask? It's about your debt, obviously. Well, how do you plan on paying me back?
Sorry.
Well, you can't do anything but apologize.
It appears you have no repayment plan in place. If you don't change that soon, I will consider implementing interest.
Please don't.
Then you better come up with a plan to pay me back.
Alright. But if all you wanted to talk about was my debt, why'd you invite me here? We could have gone over it at the agency.
I don't want you to grow accustomed to owing me. People lose their sense of urgency in paying back debts when complacent. That's why I'm reminding you right now.
I see. It's not my place to say since I'm the one in debt here, but don't you make enough money as a detective, Halara? You're always trying to make more. What do you need all that money for anyway?
I suppose I can tell you.
Huh?
If I continue to save at this rate, I will be able to create a program in about 6 years. That is what the money is for.
A program?
A program that will save 30% of all cats around the world experiencing hardship.
Nice.
What? Oh, That caught me so off guard that I don't know what to say. You want to start a charity?
No, not a charity. This is all for my personal satisfaction. Cats provide a healing experience, so I want to give back to them in some way. That's all.
Isn't there a website with like video feed of like stray cats? And like they're eating a bunch of food. I mean, there's video of them. It's very cute. Sorry.
That's amazing! How wonderful!
Enough. As I said, this is all for my personal satisfaction. I don't want to hear your praise for it.
Oh, but if it's so important, why did you tell me? I didn't even threaten you or anything.
Yes, about that. I'm sure you already know this, but a detective can lose their life at any moment.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you did teach me that.
So if I were to die, I want you to carry out this plan for me.
You got no one else? Sorry.
I've been thinking it over for a while. I figured this was a good time to tell you.
Huh? Why me, though?
I'm not sure myself. Why do you think?
We both like cats. To replace the debt I owe, I'm trustworthy. Do you trust me?
Could it be that it's because you trust me? I hope I'm not assuming too much there.
Do you actually trust me?
Incorrect. No
Damn
matter
it.
who it is, I will not trust any human.
Well, then why?
So it is not accurate to say, I trust you.
I see.
However, I wouldn't mind being betrayed by you. Or rather, I would accept a betrayal at your hands.
Why?
Huh? Isn't that practically the same as trusting me?
In my mind, it's entirely different. I don't trust you.
Okay, sure.
Okay. But the way you said you wouldn't mind if I betrayed you, that makes me way happier than if you just said you trusted me.
Anyway, we were discussing something else. You will pay your debt to me in full.
Yeah, I know.
Master, you and Halara have forged the ultimate bond together.
Yay!
Good for you, Master. I'm happy for you.
I did it.